We really need to talk, though, because this was all over social media, about the ending of Suns-Pelicans Friday night, because it was spicy. Mr. Joel Myers, please, please, take it away.
It's over. Pels.
No.
Get it done. And on the spin and the reverse, the slam by Zion.
That was a little out of character for me, but you got to understand. I mean, you can understand it or not. They sent my teammates home last year. I missed all last year. I got carried away a little bit. I admit that. But, you know, I was in that locker room when my brothers were down because, you know, the Suns sent us home last year. That's a tough moment to be a part of. So in that moment, I got carried away. I admit that. That was out of character for me. So, you know, if they was to do the same thing, I wouldn't have no problem with it.
I'm not mad at it. When we have a dunk like that, we need to bring Vince Carter onto the show. We're probably never going to see Zion Williamson in a dunk contest. So before we discuss anything else, Vince, can you please grade that exceptional dunk?
And that's unfortunate, Shanae, that we won't see him because he has a lot of dunk talent. But if I had to grade it, I'm going to go ahead and give my man. Can y'all see that?
Oh, yeah, we can. Oh, we can.
But here's why. And Shanae, here's why. I mean, we're talking about just ability. And he's in the air, and it didn't look rushed. It looked like he was just, look at here, he's just taking his time in the air. You see right here, he's just going to take my time. Full extension on the turnaround on the windmill, and then when he got there, it was just like, oh, yeah, here's the rim. Finish. Look at it right there. Boom. Throws it through. Not squeeze it, not rush it, but throws it through. He gets a 10 all day from me.
Yeah, Zion. Oh, this looks quite familiar. Yeah, this is why I love when we get to give our guys, our just like that. Zion clearly going into the upper room probably this week. I don't know if I'm working Thursday, so that's my nominee. Let's also bring Perk back. So this really got spicy, though, this dunk, because it was a 9-point game with the clock about to run out. Perk, did Zion violate an unwritten basketball rule?
Man, forget an unwritten basketball rule or written basketball rule.
Answer the question first.
I like
Answer the question first.
And you heard what Zion said. You could understand it or not. And if I had a chance, would I do it again? Probably so. I'm loving that. Forget that friendly jersey swap. You know what? Zion shouldn't care about nobody's feelings except for his brothers that are in that locker room. And if you're mad about it, do something about it. And guess what? The Suns actually had the opportunity to do something about it 2 nights later, and guess what ended up happening? They got fried. They got served a 35-piece, all flats, salt and pepper. So at the end of the day, again, I went through this. In 2010, when I was in Boston, we used to hate the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James with the handshakes that they used to do. And we told them about it. And you know what Bron said? He said, if you got a problem, do something about it. You know what we did when we saw him in the postseason? A beat down. That's what you do. So get a win.
So, Perk, let's go there since you're talking about the opportunity the Suns had to do something. The Suns, though, were without Devin Booker in the loss. Now, DeAndre Ayton had 28 and 12, but actually take a closer look at what he said after the game. He said, quote, "You can't tell me it's frustrating when I play hard as hell, do the best you can, and the results are the results. This is the regular season. At the end of the day, we're working on ourselves. I don't care about no regular season game." Now, that was a little jarring, but Vince, what's your reaction to that? Because we've heard similar sentiments around the league of guys saying, hey, it's the regular season when they take L's.
Yeah, but it's a team game. And right now, just like what Perk said, you were upset about what Zion did. This is your chance to do something. Y'all need wins. Right now, you're not the #1 team. This team is beating you and feels like they can beat you at any time. So you, DeAndre Ayton, who's on the front lines and your rim protector, it does matter. These games matter because this is a potential team that you're going to see. No, this is a team you're going to see later, and you're going to have to show that, nah, y'all can't beat us. But right now, they feel like they can beat you at any time. So I just don't agree with that. I understand what he's saying. He's trying to deflect and get everybody off and let us go ahead and go through what we're going through. But you can't say that, man, because it does matter.
It really does. It really does matter. You know, if you think about the longevity of where they want to go based on a couple years ago, how far they made it. So the Pelicans, they did, you know, take over the top spot last Wednesday, and they now hold a 1-game lead over the Grizzlies and a 2-game lead over the Nuggets after winning 7 straight.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports. We are going to talk about the Pelicans. Why are we going to talk about the Pelicans? Friday night, I don't know if anyone missed it or whatnot, but I'll tell you about it. Friday night, the Pelicans were up. Devin Booker wasn't playing. I'm just giving you a brief synopsis of what happened. So, Zion got the ball. It was like 5 seconds left or something like that. Did a 360 windmill dunk. And, you know, everybody took offense to that. And there was a brawl and whatnot kind of thing. I wouldn't say a brawl. I'd say it's a scuffle, right? Nothing happens in the NBA in terms of brawls. But what happened from there was, you know, everybody thought it was Zion Williamson. I'm sure it was. He made it a point saying, okay, they defeated us last year, and you saw the clip of Jay Crowder rubbing it into the Pelicans after last year's playoffs. But yesterday, it was released, the footage, unseen angle from Chris Paul to Jose Alvarado. So Chris Paul gave him one of these right to the neck. And Chris Paul is a dirty player, 100%. You know, it's a well-known fact. Just Google Chris Paul dirty plays. It's a well-known fact that he does this kind of stuff. Okay, so he does this kind of stuff, and they played again on Sunday. I thought the Suns were going to come out swinging. It was a close game, but Zion, like he did in the first game, he scored 35 points in the second game as well. So if anyone thinks that the Pelicans are not real, then you really need to go back and watch every single one of the Pelicans games, because the Pelicans are legit. They play the ball, they play basketball the right way. They're a bunch of 3D guys that you don't necessarily hear in the media, guys that, you know, like Murphy, you got Herb Jones, CJ McCollum, obviously, you heard of him, Zion, Ingram wasn't playing, you know, Jose Alvarado. You got all these guys coached by a phenomenal coach, Willie Green. So it's pretty special what's going on in New Orleans. Which kind of sucks is it's not always packed, that arena, and I don't know why, but they got something special in the down in New Orleans for sure. You know, this makes me want to fly out to New Orleans and watch a game for them, because these guys are legit. They know how to play, and they're #1 in the Western Conference. They played the Suns this weekend. They play them again, I think, in Phoenix, or Thursday or Friday. I'm not 100% sure the date. But you look out for a rivalry right there, because Chris Paul just started one when he did that dirty play. Zion apparently started one amongst the Suns players with a 360 windmill dunk. You know, whether it's a rivalry or not, you're not beating the Pelicans. That's just my opinion, right? Like, I get the fact that others probably have a different opinion, probably saying, oh, these guys are just pretenders. I've gotten those kind of comments before. But, you know, the Pelicans, if you take a look at these guys, they have it going on. They play defensive-minded basketball, and they can shoot the lights out like crazy. You know, so they're #1 in the West. They don't get enough credit, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. You know, I know teams out there like the Warriors, Clippers, possibly the Nuggets are kind of coasting. They're like, okay, whatever, it's just the regular season. But at the end of the day, there's no other team better than the Pelicans right now. I'm not talking about the Eastern Conference, right? Boston, which kind of Boston got beat out by Warriors, but in actuality, there's a lot of good teams out there, and the Pelicans are one of them. So tell me what you guys think. You guys saw this weekend when they faced Phoenix. Everybody's saying Phoenix is not that good anymore. I get it. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but not discrediting the superior balance of the Pelicans. You know, Herb Jones never played on the weekend. Brandon Ingram never played on the weekend, and they still won. And Zion Williamson still had 35 points in each of those games. So you got to understand that the Pelicans are for real. They are legit. And tell me, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me if you guys think, you know, if Pelicans are legit. And I honestly want to know what the Pelicans' ceiling is this year. And I personally think, you know, I had Clippers and Warriors going to the Western Conference Finals, but it's kind of looking like the Pelicans might do that same thing too. They might reach the conference finals. I have no idea, but Zion is just unbelievable. He is showing why he was the #1 pick, 100%. So leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what the Pelicans' ceiling is this year. This is Jag from Jaggy Sports.